The room fell silent the moment Senator John Kennedy leaned forward, his voice sharp yet calm, like a blade wrapped in velvet. Across the table, Congressman Adam Schiff shifted uncomfortably in his chair, his usual air of confidence cracking under the weight of Kennedy's piercing words. Millions were watching the hearing live, but it felt as if the two men were the only ones in the room, a clash not of politics alone, but of truth versus arrogance. For months, Schiff had carried himself with the swagger of someone untouchable. He spoke with certainty, paraded his credentials, and dismissed dissent with a wave of his hand. To his supporters, he was a crusader. To his critics, he was an actor who thrived on grandstanding. And today, he thought it would be another stage where he could control the script. But John Kennedy had other plans. Kennedy, with his slow drawl and plain-spoken manner, had a way of cutting through pretense. He wasn't flashy, nor did he rely on theatrics. Instead, he had something Schiff underestimated: authenticity. When Kennedy asked his first question, Schiff gave a long, convoluted answer, full of rehearsed phrases meant to sound intelligent but empty of substance. Kennedy waited patiently, listening without interruption, his pen tapping lightly against the desk. Then came the moment. Kennedy leaned in and said, "Congressman, I asked you a simple question, and I'll ask it again. Who, exactly, gave you the authority to twist the facts and mislead the American people?" The words struck like lightning. Schiff opened his mouth, but nothing came out. His lips trembled, his eyes darted toward the cameras, searching for rescue. The silence was suffocating. For the first time, viewers at home saw a man stripped of his practiced confidence. Kennedy didn't raise his voice, didn't hurl insults. He simply let the truth hang heavy in the air. Reporters scribbled furiously, sensing history in the making. Kennedy pressed on, each question sharper than the last. Schiff tried to regain his footing, but the senator countered every excuse with facts, every dodge with undeniable logic. Slowly, the arrogance that had defined Schiff began to collapse, brick by brick. His smirk vanished, his shoulders slumped. His career, once built on controlling narratives, was unraveling live on national television. The final blow came when Kennedy said softly, almost regretfully, "Congressman, the people deserve leaders who speak plain truth, not fairy tales dressed as facts. You've had your time to play games, but today, you've been caught." The room erupted, not in applause, but in a quiet, collective recognition that something monumental had happened. Schiff looked defeated, a man exposed under the harsh light of accountability. Social media exploded within minutes as clips of Kennedy's words spread like wildfire, millions calling it the moment that ended Schiff's credibility for good. But beyond the politics, beyond the headlines, there was a deeper lesson. Kennedy's calm dismantling of arrogance reminded everyone that truth doesn't always roar up, it sometimes whispers with undeniable clarity. And in that moment, people felt hope that no matter how powerful or arrogant someone becomes, accountability can still find them. As Schiff walked out of the chamber, his head bowed, Kennedy remained seated, flipping through his notes as if nothing extraordinary had happened. But for millions watching, they knew they had just witnessed the end of one man's unchecked career and the triumph of honesty over arrogance. It was more than a political clash, it was a reminder that humility, honesty, and courage will always outlast the loudest pride. And that, in the end, is what truly inspires.